Hello, welcome. My name is Rich. This is Champions Online, a superhero MMO based on the Champions RPG, pen and paper RPG. What's this? Auction house lot sold. Nice. The character I'm playing as is, well, this is a new outfit. The character I'm playing as is technical issues, an electricity-powered superhero. After complaining last time on Wednesday about Black Mask's questionable outfit choices, I decided that I should. I mean, I already had a fairly heavy armor set in the form of the Tesla set, but I didn't have any head armor, and it wasn't as heavy as it could have been, or as all body covering as it could have been. Now, this is still. There are still gaps where there could be better armor placement, but I mean, when we talk about armor, you have to balance flexibility with protection. Now, the best protection would be a solid lump that can't move, but that really limits you when you're trying to do things. And the best flexibility is not to wear any armor at all. So you have to make compromises when it comes to armor. This is about as heavy as I can manage in the game, I think. Particularly the torso and the head armor are very good. I mean, I could put more on the head, but that would inflate the head's appearance. So I'm leaving it as this. We are in Vibora Bay. This is not the whole of Vibora Bay. This is a cut down version of it, and in fact this is the farthest edge that we were able to fly to, and probably the farthest edge over on this side is around here. I think I was fairly close to it when I came over to do this mission here. We are on the trail of Mr. Gemini, who is a gang leader. In fact, there's probably gang members of the Gemini gang up here. A member of Mr. Gemini's criminal gang, well equipped, well organized, and extremely loyal. What's interesting is that, well, it's worth noting at this point, because we won't see the Gemini group again, as far as I'm aware. I mean, unless we see them later in the Stronghold missions in the Southwest Desert. Stronghold being this universe's strongest prison. Unless we see Gemini then doing stuff, which we might. Oops, that's not the power I wanted to use. Press the wrong button there. Oh well. Unless we see him then, this will probably be the last time that we see Mr. Gemini and his Gemini gang. So, a whole bunch of Gemini gang members. Oh yes, I think I said it's worth noting that they're all, their physiques are different sizes. And that will become relevant in a little bit. We are trying to stop an undead zombie assassin, or bounty hunter perhaps, who, well, I mean, he takes, yeah, no, assassin would be correct, because he doesn't take people alive. Called, what's his name? Dead Man Walking. Who has stopped a guy a little while ago, like last time on Wednesday. We stopped a man who was raising people from the dead, and having come here and fought some, it seems that Dead Man Walking is using them as henchmen. Unfortunately, the game's creators, Cryptic, did not see fit to change the info text on this specific type of zombie as compared with any other type of zombie that you might come across elsewhere in the game, even though they have different sources. Oops, getting occluded by the curtains there. They don't look very happy about being in the picture, do they? What's behind them? I thought maybe it was some kind of huge squirrel, but it's just... because that looks a little bit like a squirrel, doesn't it? Tail here, head here, with the little ears. They're just very unhappy about being in this portrait, aren't they? Oh, that's interesting. It's just free-floating chest that we can kick around. Okay. Here is Mr. Gemini. When he was 13, Jim Nystrom discovered that he had the mutant power to create an identical duplicate of himself. As he grew older, his ability grew until he could create up to 64 duplicates of himself, and vary their appearances so that they were no longer identical. Realizing that he could lose an advantage if others knew the exact scope of his power, he introduced himself as Mr. Gemini and revealed that he had the power to create just one duplicate at a time. While many in Vibora know Mr. Gemini as an underworld figure, few know that the entire Gemini gang is made up of a single person. So, there we go. That's why they vary in build, and that's why they're all fanatically loyal, because they are all basically the same person.
You think you've caught me, hero, but I still have a trick up my sleeve.
I can make more than just one duplicate. I am the Jedi.
This would be marginally more difficult if I weren't massively overleveled, like if I was doing this at the correct level. I might run the risk of being overwhelmed by damage because while individually they're not doing a whole lot, if there's a lot of them, it's interesting that he was able to create not just clones of himself, but also clones of the weapons that he had. This is two pictures of exactly the same person, just this one's smaller. I wonder why. I think these are supposed to be mirrors, but they don't display any reflection, so at the moment it looks like, oh, there's the same picture of the unhappy people as it is in there. At the moment it just looks like he's got 4 large framed pieces of, I don't know, tinfoil or silvered reflective cellophane or something. Where did he go? Oh yes, here we are. Follow Mr. Gemini.
But how do I know I got the real one? You're too late, hero.
Very nice animation there. Dead man walking moved across the floor without his legs moving. Do you suppose that if he's feeling lonely, he... Oh wow. My little dragon pet just knocked the chandelier off the table. I wonder if I can knock the rest of the stuff off the table. No, only these. I can't get the place settings. If he's feeling lonely, do you reckon he summons up more of himself? How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 32. I think that's 15. A bit difficult to... Ugh, no, I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, I was right the first time. So that's 32. That's enough for half of the duplicates he can make. And now we just return to Black Mask and tell her about it, I suppose. Again, worth noting that Black Mask is an ordinary human, according to her own information text. She gets by with, well, obviously with guns, but also with detective work and martial arts. And yet she's got a number of large stab me here windows in her outfit, which, as I said, prompted me to make a more body covering outfit for my squishy ranged electricity damage dealer. Mr. Gemini can make more than one duplicate. That explains why Deadman Walking wanted all those zombies. He knew he'd have to fight his way through an army of Gemini's duplicates. It sounds like Deadman Walking isn't convinced he got the real Mr. Gemini either, which means our troubles aren't over. The word on the street is that Mr. Gemini is still alive and he's hiding on the waterfront somewhere. I'm going to see if I can't shake down some of my contacts to find out where. I need you to do damage control. Deadman Walking has been shipping zombies in crates all over the waterfront so that he'll have backup when he finds Mr. Gemini. It'll only take a little bit of luck, bad luck for some bystander to get a face full of zombie by accident. Can you take care of it, technical issues? I mean, I think given our level difference, I might be better off being the one shaking down contacts because I'm scarier, but I suppose by the same logic... Josh Paradox. Nice. By the same logic, what level is he? 40. Oh, interesting. Surprised he's here. By the same logic, I suppose I'm probably also quicker at getting around. Certainly, because I can fly, it's easier for me to zoom about. And so probably quicker. We don't really care about the dogs. By which I mean the gang members. We're after... Ah, yes, here we are. Suspicious crates. That can destroy whole trailers, you know, huge shipping trailers, with their explosion when destroyed. And apparently contained 3 human-sized zombies. Like, I mean, I guess that this is fairly long, but... How are they packed in there? Oh, well, I mean, I suppose if they can phase through one another, it doesn't matter very much, does it? Here's another. Or in fact, it looks like 2 in the same place. You can see them phasing through one another. Oops, I think my button got stuck there. I wasn't intending to hold the attack for that long. There's another jauntily jiggling box of zombies. And with that, we're almost done. Just the one more left. Interesting that they're choosing to attack me. I didn't think I was close enough to attract their attention. It's pretty bold, isn't it? Walking around in just a pair of underwear and fishnets. And a leather jacket. Now, I was wondering whether I could knock this plant off, but it seems I can't. Is it a targetable object? No. I can pick up one of those, but I can't target it. Thanks, technical issues. I know stopping zombies isn't glamorous work, but it means I won't need to spend the next month dealing with wandering undead. Knock on wood. Stone dead killer. You're back, and not a moment too soon. Or minute too soon, I suppose. I may have been moments late, but not a minute late, which is apparently fine. Mr. Gemini had just left Vibora Bay by stealing the steamboat, the Bayo Queen. It's a gutsy move, but I don't think Dead Man Walking is going to let him get away that easily, and he'll be bringing his zombies with him. That boat is filled with civilians, technical issues. And so I shall go and stop it. Did I mention earlier? Maybe not on Wednesday, but maybe on Monday that we'd be fighting on board the riverboat. Which is it's visible on the map, but not in person. This is clearly... Well, I know that it's going to be the riverboat. You can see the paddles back there and the chimney stacks. But it is gone. Follow the Bayo Queen. Apparently it's not moving very quickly. I mean, yes, my character can fly, but at a limited speed. Maybe I hop on board my vehicle. Oh, I got on a boat. Okay. Apparently, my flight power is relative to whatever I'm standing above, flying above. This is deeply weird. Yeah, here we see paddles. Where I can get in the water. Yes. And there's underwater portholes for some reason. You thought Vibora Bay was supposed to be a quiet city. Have you been to Vibora Bay? The place is crawling with creatures of the night. In fact, now that I think about it, does Vibora Bay have a day-night cycle like the rest of the locations, or is it just nighttime there? It's interesting. That's very close to the water level, isn't it? Is this just a carbon copy of the irradiates? Like, it's got the see-through forearms, glowing green stuff. So he just threw a blob of green stuff at me, as opposed to purple darkness power. It looks like bile carrier. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be some kind of disease, but it looks and sounds exactly like the radiation power that the irradiates use. Yeah, here's the smokestacks. That's very fancy, isn't it? Look. I wonder if I can get down inside. No. It's blocked off. I wonder how long this will keep moving for. Apparently that's enough civilians rescued. You're on your own, I guess. No help for you. Let's continue rescuing the civilians. Feels kind of shitty to leave them just because I've fulfilled my quota. Yeah, so these consumed ones really make me think of the irradiates, which is weird because there are other undead models, like zombie models in the game. quite why Cryptic decided when they were making all of this to use irradiate models. I don't know. I mean, irradiates aren't even undead. They're not animated by any external force. They're still living. They're just mutants. Now, what happens in this universe when somebody gets exposed to radiation for too long, or gets exposed to too much radiation? Instead of dying, they have their mental capacity diminished and become more aggressive. And also apparently form a religion based around radiation. Oh, this one. Why do I get shoved around by these? I can't fly in and find out. Oh well, fair enough. Probably not a very good idea to try it in the first place. Ah, some more. Oh, did they keep respawning? I swear that I got these guys before. Oh, they've got a bar. Didn't notice this before. Outside. Well, basically. I suppose, in fairness, it's not actually that cold around here. Given that we are basically in, I think, Louisiana. Louisiana. I definitely dealt with them already. So I wonder where the door in is. No. Am I supposed to get inside? Ah, here we are. Okay. Into the ship's ballroom.
Make another clone for me. You're not tired out, are you?
Please, I surrender. Just don't let him kill me. You got me. I surrender.
I wonder whether there is
Take me
info.
back to Vibora and put me in jail. After tonight, it'll be a relief.
Oh good, it's still available. Darren Williams was once one of the highest paid professional assassins in the world, until he came to Vibora Bay and Robert Caliburn put 2 bullets in his chest. Darren himself doesn't know why he didn't stay dead, but he isn't one to look a gift horse in the mouth. He's continued his career as an assassin, more dangerous than ever now that he knows he can't be killed. But apparently he can have a lot of flesh stripped off of his face. That's pretty unpleasant, isn't it? I wonder what these guys are all cheering for. I mean, we didn't fight in their sight like we fought on the dance floor. Let's talk to Mr. Gemini. I've been creating duplicates all night. I couldn't make another if my life depended on it. I'm looking forward to some nice quiet time behind bars. Let's hope that he uses that time to reflect. Queen's Quartet with Johnny Moon. Moon? No. Moore. And here is a portrait, possibly of this birthed September 29th, 1890, so it's quite old. Cool. Portrait of this ship itself. Let's return to Vibora Bay. And there we are. That's Vibora Bay done. Well, no, that's not Vibora Bay done at all. What am I talking about? That's this mission arc done. It's not exactly a crisis in Vibora Bay in the same way that we had crises in the Southwest Desert and Northwest Canada. But that is like the introductory mission, or a arc, really, like collection of missions, story arc for Vibora Bay. I think you can come here once you're high enough level, which I think is 33 or something. It's over 30. Anyway. You've really proven yourself here, technical issues. 2 supervillains in custody, not to mention Bokor Kulev. A whole boat full of partygoers saved, and Mr. Gemini's gang out of duplicates has vanished overnight. I should invite you to Vibora more often. Masagua Mayhem. This is telling me to go to Canada. I suppose I might as well. This might actually be an introductory mission that gets me more missions in Canada. So, fair enough. One of the perks of living in Vibora is that Viper isn't very active here, not since their biggest nest in the area got busted a few years ago. Most of the rest of the world isn't as lucky. I have a letter from Mark Derringer. He was a friend of mine, one of the previous Black Mask. But Derringer was active, like, in the 40s. He's super old. He would have been a contemporary not just of the previous Black Mask, but also of the one before that as well. Because there's been 10 so far. So she's the 10th. Derringer would have been a contemporary of 9 and 8, I think. He's dealing with a new Viper initiative in Canada and could use some help. I've kept you in Vibora long enough. If you have a chance, could you give Mr. Derringer a hand? Yes. And we'll also try and find the mission Canadian Gothic, if I haven't done it already. No, I don't think I have done it, because if I had, I should have been able to get that dance emote from last time. I wonder how these people feel about having a big-ass fucking jet hovering. Let's go to Canada. Hi, Raven Force. Yeah, I thought that I'd done it. Is Canadian Gothic the mission where you save the teenagers who have summoned demons? Because I have definitely done that one. Hi there. I'm impressed by the things I've been hearing about you, technical issues. Back in the 80s, I was a superhero known as Avenger. That may have been a little before your time, though, eh, youngster? Ah, Black Mask is really doing a bang-up job down south, isn't she? Let me thank you personally for lending her a hand. We've got trouble brewing up here. Viper is on the move in Masagua Hills. I've got some reports that say they're trying to develop psychics, and that's bad news however you look at it. Huh. This has unlocked more missions. So... Oh no, maybe this is a different person. I swear one of the people that we meet here... Maybe it's Wally Thompson. I swear that their information said that they were active during the Second World War. But no, Mark Derringer was the superhero known as Avenger in the 80s, part of the Vancouver super team Sunder. He's a dedicated taskmaster who refuses to compromise or play politics. So, would it be Wally Thompson? No. Aerospace engineer and designer of fighter planes with an interest in force field science. Wally Thompson designed the Force Knight suit and had a long career as one of Canada's standout superheroes. He has since turned over his power armor to younger heroes and has been content to a return to designing armor for Steelhead Division, including the Steelman armor, better known as the Squad suit. So he's got a mission I hadn't done before. The Hunter Patriots are making life difficult for us here in Steelhead. They've taken advantage of the chaos to infiltrate the area, and we don't have the manpower to flush them out. If you're up to it, we could use a hand out in the woods. Talk to Major Henges and Lieutenant Gloshen on the southeastern edge of Big Bear Lake near Oceanica Crash Site 2. They're coordinating teams sweeping the area clear of insurgents. I thought that I'd missed this mission. This is kind of a weird one. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe... the person that... Oh right, yeah, there was more missions here, wasn't there? From Derringer. Maybe it was someone else, somewhere else. Anyway. Oh, this is kill 150 Viper. We're not treating them with kid gloves this time. This is actually, like, end their lives. The Hunter Patriots' experiments in Burial Butte have set off a storm of undead activity. We have to know what we're facing. If you can get Ravenspeaker samples of these undead foes, he will be able to use his Mystic Raven's sight to determine what we're up against. You'll be able to find the rotting skin from the zombies, foul ectoplasm from spectres, and unfeeling flesh from the ghouls all around Burial Butte. Return these foul substances to Ravenspeaker's astral form in the Chiata Bigfoot tribe village in Chiatanka Bluff. And Grizzly excavations. The Hunter Patriots use mysticism to enhance their physical abilities. Paul Johnston, one of the elder members of the Hunter Patriots, is leading a crew of excavators. They're digging up the bodies of the long-buried dead with the intent of using their bodies in a mystical ceremony to make the Hunter Patriots even more powerful. These excavators can be found south of the burial caves, around the Hunter Patriot excavation site. Okay. I was just wondering, the longer a body's been buried, the less of it there is, generally speaking, unless this is a location that doesn't have an annual thaw or even a periodic thaw. Because if this place remains frozen year-round, then I guess it makes sense that dead bodies would remain preserved, you know, more or less. Probably desiccated, but more or less as they were when they were interred. However, the fact that there is vegetation here, particularly trees, indicates to me... Kigatilic's influence creates an unending winter. That's interesting. So, well, I mean, Kigatilik was woken up, wasn't he, during the crisis mission that we had here. In fact, this lake down here is, well, it's frozen when we do it in the crisis mission, when we fight Rakshasa. But when we come down here, well, I mean, I obviously haven't, because there isn't a removal of the fog of war. But when I came down there with my main, it was unfrozen. It was the lake was liquid. But so currently we are in some kind of permanent. Well, not permanent, because presumably the first time that you defeat Kigatilik here on his frozen tomb altar is the occasion when his threat gets ended, and the fact that it continues happening is just a result of this being a game, not real life. But before he was awoken by Rakshasa, it presumably there was presumably a summer-winter cycle here. Raven Force. Yep, it's a good question. Maybe the land. I think some sort of spirit sustains the area. No idea to say for sure. Yeah, Raven Speaker definitely talks about there being spirits of the land, and the land being thankful that threats have been removed. But whether it's any kind of sapient presence. So, Thompson sent you. Excellent. Major Henges will speak with you when you're ready to head out. I don't know why there needs to be two dudes here. Yeah, I mean, we don't actually ever get any indication how far north we are. So, we're probably not inside the Arctic Circle, if only because my vague memories of the Planet Earth series that David Attenborough voiced talks about, one of the episodes talks about trees, and a big section of the episode talks about the taiga forest, which is basically the forest that stretches across the whole top of Russia and Siberia. And maybe there is a point at which the taiga forest stops because there just isn't enough energy from the sun for the trees to grow. And I had just been thinking that maybe that line marks the equator, not the equator, the Arctic Circle, but I don't think that that's true. I think there are trees inside the Arctic Circle, and that there is a thaw and a growth period inside the Arctic Circle. So, I mean, I suppose we could be inside the Arctic Circle here as well. But if that's the case, that makes it even odder that the reptilian Gadroon, who need a sort of swampy environment, would choose here to terraform. Celestar got his powers. I don't think he got his powers from the land. I'm pretty sure that he got his powers from, well, yes, local spirits, but not the land as a unique entity. Hyperborean woodland warding. That's interesting. Ready for a hike? We need to flush the Hunter Patriots out of the woods to the south. Now, Hyperborean is a specific term. Let me see if I can look it up on Wikipedia. Because Hyperborean, well, it's used in the original Conan stories by H.R. No, not H.R. Geiger. Howard? I want to say something Howard. But the term existed before him. He didn't invent it. And it is generally understood to mean somewhere north. It's a location. Hyperborea was a location somewhere north of Scandinavia. In Greek mythology, the Hyperboreans were a race of giants who lived beyond the north wind. The Greeks thought that Boreas, the god of the north wind, one of the Enemi, or winds, lived in Thrace, and therefore Hyperborea indicates that it is a region beyond Thrace, which doesn't help because Thrace is far farther south than even Denmark. Thrace is a region of Greece. Or, well, it includes an area of Greece and also sections of Hungary and Turkey. Okay. Hyperborea, this land was supposed to be perfect, with the sun shining 24 hours a day, which to modern ears suggests a possible location within the Arctic Circle during the midnight sun time of year. It is also possible that Hyperborea had no real physical location at all, for according to the classical Greek poet Pindar, neither by ship nor on foot would you find the marvellous road to the assembly of the Hyperboreans. Pindar also described the otherworldly perfection of the Hyperboreans. Never the muse is absent, for from their ways lyres clash and flutes cry, and everywhere maiden choruses whirling. Neither disease nor bitter old age is mixed in their sacred blood, far from labour and battle they live. Now, Hyperborea as a term was used by Mike Mignola when he was coming up with the mythology of Hellboy, and there's a section of one of the last 2 or 3, maybe even the last Hellboy novel, graphic novel, that takes place there, that explains how the right hand of Doom gets created, basically. By the way, Mike Mignola's Hellboy stuff, absolutely top notch, definitely recommend. He's an excellent artist and storyteller. Hellboy in Hell, the last one, kind of he'd been right. I think he'd lost interest at that point, which is unfortunate, but I think he had been writing Hellboy for about 20 years at that point. And I guess he wanted to move on to other things and close that book. I kind of wish that Hellboy had gotten a different end, but c'est la vie. The earliest extant source that mentions Hyperborea in detail, Herodotus' Histories, dates from circa 450 BC, so Hyperborea is a very, very old term and concept. But it's Old World, not New World. It's European, or at least, that region, not American. So, yes, because we're on a globe, you probably could reach Hyperborea if you keep going north enough from Canada, but you would go over the North Pole and start going south. So perhaps this can be taken to indicate that we're inside the Arctic Circle. Maybe that's what we should take from this. Hyperborea has also been identified with Britain, which is interesting. We're certainly not a perfect place, untouched by age. Hyperborea was identified with Britain first by Hecataeus of Abdera in the 4th century BC, as in a preserved fragment by Diodorus Siculus. In the regions beyond the land of the Celts there lies in the ocean an island no smaller than Sicily. This island, the account continues, is situated in the north and is inhabited by the Hyperboreans, who are called by that name because their home is beyond the point whence the north wind, Boreas, blows, and the island is both fertile and productive of every crop, and has an unusually temperate climate, which is true of England, or Britain rather. Thanks to the El Nino ocean current, Britain is more temperate than other places of the same equatorial, height. And we are north and also very, very far west of, what was it? Thrace, which is in Greece and Turkey and Bulgaria. Yeah. There's lots of other stuff on the Wikipedia article for Hyperborea, so if you're interested, that's where to find out more. We've gotten reports of Hunter-Patriot activity in the woods around here. My orders are to keep this side of the Big Bear Lake secure, but I'm short of experienced soldiers. I could use your help clearing out some of these Hunter-Patriots' technical issues, so we can establish a secure perimeter. Think you're up to the job? Yes. Now, actually doing this patrol is a little tricky, especially because the locations that we're supposed to be doing it are quite small. Oop, flown right past the ambush. And they don't really stand out very well on the minimap. Well, they don't really stand out at all on the minimap. That's a bit better. Nothing happened here. And then... This is a very small patrol area, isn't it? Almost right on top. Oh, hey. Cool. Almost right on top of these guys. That should keep the Hunter-Patriots out of our business for a while. And then we've got a couple of missions. Let's just talk to Celestar and find out. Celestar, real name Lonnie Lawrence, was given powers of living energy by the land, the greatest of all the northern spirits. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yes, I was wrong. Ravenfalls was correct. I was forgetting that it was the source of his powers was the land, and just remembering that it was from a collection of northern spirits. A member of the supergroup The Mighty Canadians, Celestar saw all his teammates fall to Kigatilic in a battle which haunts him to this day. He is determined to rescue his teammates from the Tomb, the dimension of frozen torment they are imprisoned in, and vowed to stop the threat of Kigatilic once and for all. Now, Maybe it's just because I picked up the mission whilst I was there instead of getting it from... What the heck? That's weird. Instead of getting it from a mission giver. I mean, I definitely completed the mission and was thanked for it in handing it in, but why isn't this working? Oh, now it is. That was really weird. I've never seen a vehicle fall from the sky before like that. Maybe because I didn't take the mission from a mission giver, I don't count as having completed Canadian Gothic for the purposes of getting the emote. And I can't redo it. Oh well. I have done it. Oh, this is fucking weird. Again, why is that turning itself off? Yeah, I've completed it. It might be because it was not the real Vibora Bay, but an incomplete version of Vibora. So maybe when I actually go there properly for the first time and speak to the teenager in the club, I'll be able to get the emote then. And maybe it's because... Let's just remove the vehicle and then re-equip it. Yeah, I mean, I have picked up Canadian Gothic from a mission giver properly, completed it and handed it in on a different character. So maybe I'll be able to take the reward emote with them. I mean, it should be account wide, right? I don't know why it wouldn't be. This is definitely supernatural business. A fire burning blue. Where are these excavators that I'm supposed to be getting? It seems that... Oh, I've got two now. Hold on a minute. Oh, there's one. This is Native American style burial, where they are left on sort of big scaffolds. How do you excavate someone that hasn't been buried? Maybe, I mean, I'm absolutely no expert on the practice. Maybe after a period of some amount of time, ancestral dead who are left like this do get interred. How did you get up here? Why? Hasn't done you a lick of good, has it? This has been a very challenging ascent. And there's more up here. Why? What good would it do you? Oh well. So. What dead bits are we after? Foul ectoplasm, rotting skin, and unfeeling flesh. I mean, once flesh has been removed from a body, can it really be described as feeling? Once it's been removed from a central nervous system, oh, interesting. These summons didn't leave when their summoner was defeated. Oh, that was unfeeling flesh. Maybe these are the things I need to defeat for, well, that was definitely a drop of some kind, wasn't it? Foul ectoplasm, yes, there we go. I thought so. Little inconvenient that we're in the air. And these things need to drop to the floor before I can pick them up. Hold on, didn't I defeat Pazuzu? Why is he back again? Oh well. It's going to be demoralising for him, isn't it? Just about managed to claw his way back to physical form. And then I rock up again and defeat him. Stop that. That's nasty. Is the foul ectoplasm in a petri dish? It looks like it is. It's a bit difficult to tell. Is there... Well, that begs the question, doesn't it? Is there wholesome ectoplasm? The opposite of foul? These zombies carefully ignoring the violence that's happening right next to them, hoping that they'll be left alone. unfeeling flesh. I wonder why the unfeeling flesh is in a test tube. There's an awful lot of stuff to collect, isn't there? It's a bit ridiculous. 15 pieces of each. Examine banner. Travelers beware. These lands were once recognized as a place of power, blessed by the northern gods. For several centuries it served as a burial ground for various native tribes who traveled from near and far to bury their tribesmen here. In recent years, because of the corrupting influence of Kigatilik, the inherent mystical power of this land has turned malignant. Today, the immortality-obsessed necromancer Necrol has come to this ancient native burial ground and is raising the dead, using their energy to increase his own dark power and perfect his formula for a necrolytic elixir. Yeah, we've already dealt with him though, haven't we? Quite quick enough to stop him from summoning his friends. Oh well. Oh, ghouls! Pretty spooky sounding place, isn't it? I'm not going to be high enough level to access that dreamcatcher, am I? So let's leave it. We have collected enough unfeeling flesh. Now we just need more ectoplasm and skin. There we go, that's enough ectoplasm. No, it's zombies, isn't it, that have rotten skin. Yes, I was talking earlier that there are a number of different supernaturally animated zombie models, so quite why it was necessary in Vibora Bay in the Dead Man Walking minions to use irradiate models, I don't know. I mean, maybe they wanted variety? You showed great courage obtaining these samples. Technical issues. Lesser heroes would have run away in fear when faced against such terrifying supernatural evil. Ghost busting. Necral intentions. Oh, interesting. That was a piece of... a final piece of Necrol's story arc. You can't talk with ghosts, you can't reason with ghosts, or you... Yes, you can. I've talked with at least 2 ghosts. One here and one in the Southwest Desert. All you can really do is take them on, soundly defeat them, and hope you can convince them to head back to the nether realm that spawned them. Hold on. Isn't this almost exactly the same speech that you get when you're talking about demons from someone else? I remember that form of you can't talk with them, you can't reason with them, all you can do is soundly defeat them and hope that they... Or maybe it's infotext? Burial Butte has become a problem. Technical issues. It's becoming overrun with evil spirits. How about you pay them a visit and defeat as many of those revolting revenants as you can? Okie dokie. So this is going to be a repeatable quest, isn't it? Not all ghosts drop ectoplasm either. That's a scam, isn't it? Yeah, maybe it may not have been Ravenspeaker, but it was definitely someone... I think it was definitely someone here. Even. Are we finally getting some... No, that's a growth amulet. So what the heck drops ectoplasm? Oh, maybe it isn't someone here. It sounds... Oh, fucking finally. It sounds like the speech you get when you talk to someone about demons. You can't reason with them, can't talk to them. You just have to beat them up and hope that they leave and don't come back. Pretty sure it's demons. Clefothic demons. Why aren't you dropping any more ectoplasm? This must be where they infuse their dudes with telepathic magic. Well, now these guys have got, well, drops. Don't know about ectoplasm. Oh, wow, they've dropped a lot. Okay. Maybe you have to be closer to the, No, he just dropped 0. What's going on with this decision-making process? I really have no idea. That clearly dropped no ectoplasm. Thanks for that. Like before, when I was collecting 15 of each, got them from every ghost that I killed or defeated. But now, Well, what's the logic here? And that was a ghoul that dropped ectoplasm, not a ghost. There's no consistency to this at all. It's really irritating me. And this is going to take bloody ages as well, isn't it? And that was 3 of them. The sound effect of this is, or the sound effect that this is making sounds like a psychic attack, one of the psychic power attacks, and it really is confusing me. Sound cues confusing me isn't a new thing. I remember when I was playing League of Legends once, and I was playing as Lux, but I had been playing against Lux a bunch, and I used my ult, and the sound effect of her ult playing caused me to panic briefly. I was like, oh shit, get out of the way! And was panicking because my character wasn't moving when I was clicking, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm Lux. I'm the one who initiated this laser beam. Fucking, You got some ectoplasm for me? Yes, you have. Splendid. I only need 4 more. But when will I get the 4 more? Who knows? Yeah, all of these are making that noise. It's the, yeah, Ravenforce says it's the Ego Blast charge-up effect. Oops. That was weird. I mean, I guess that the eyes have got a very psychic-looking effect, haven't they? Like that. The colour of that energy and the way, like the stringy kind of tendrils, does look a lot like some of the psychic auras that you can get. Just the one ectoplasm this time, eh? Don't want me to do this too quickly. Don't want to let me complete it in one go. Now that I'm so close. Was that a ghost, or spirit rather, that had turned off its flight power and dropped and hit the ground and taken damage from falling? Idiot ghost. I've got one left. Give me some ectoplasm. Hurrah! Fucking not working again, thanks. You're a brave one, technical issues. Let's hope the ghosts have enough sense to stay dead this time. Doubtful. Okay. Where is this? Defeat 150 Argent. I think I'm going to drop that because I can't be bothered hunting around for 60 plus Argent dudes. That was a grave situation, and you handled it with aplomb. I commend you, technical issues. The Hunter Patriots, under the orders of Paul Johnston, are using something called necrotic siphons to retrieve necrotic essences from corpses. That just sounds like squeezing juice out of dead bodies. They plan to use this energy to make more Hunter Patriot mystic marks to enhance the power of their new recruits. Project Steelhead already has their hands full dealing with these psychos, so we can't afford to let them get more powerful. Okie dokie. Guess I'm not quite done here. Wow. That hit him hard, didn't it? And they went straight back to the location they were standing in before, instead of attacking me. Apparently that was a perk to vanquish Paul Johnston. It was difficult. I guess we are in quite an out-of-the-way place. Maybe it's not obvious that you would need to come here to get a perk, and that therefore he's protected by obscurity. Come on. There we go. about? Could it be because I was trying to mount the vehicle whilst I was in Vibora Bay, where vehicle mounting is not allowed? Good work. Losing Johnston will be a huge blow to Hunter Patriot recruitment. Okay, I think we're done here for now. I might well get more missions here. I expect I probably will get like introductory missions that tell me to come here and speak to someone from elsewhere. But for now, oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. I want to go back to Monster Island, not Millennium City. I don't think there's much here for me, is there? I mean, there's some Until stuff. But we're not going to be doing any of those adventure packs today. Because it would take bloody ages. Oh, I've got mission hand-ins from other introductory missions. Ah, Ravenspeaker sent a worthy hero to assist us here. Animal Planet. No. Because that's a repeatable mission. Oh, this is just telling me to talk to Jury Rig. Greetings again, technical issues. I have received a communication from Dr. Silverback in Millennium City. He asks that you return there when your work here on Monster Island permits. A new supernatural threat has appeared in the city, and a fellow by the name of Jury Rig seems to have some information that could be useful in combating it. Silverback would like you to speak with him. Jury Rig is an inventor and spends his time in the science building in Renaissance Center near Dr. Silverback. Pretty sure we've already had and completed an introductory mission for Jury Rig, but never mind, whatever. I can't tell you how glad I am to see you. Well, try using your words. Ooh. Didn't realise we still had those. Okay, I think I'll give Rhinoplasty a try now. I mean, I'm almost max level. Not quite there. But I'm definitely stronger than I was when I was here trying to do it before. Or in fact, I never did try Rhinoplasty before. I avoided it because I knew I'd struggled with it previously on other characters. And I don't remember how long it is. It might be a bit on the lengthy side. Pulled their attention and then immediately gone through the door. And now, because I have gone through a door, they cannot pursue me.
Somebody get a straitjacket. I warned Henderson. Lay off the Tracy booze, or you're gonna wind up a slobbering half-wit, but no, no.
These guys are tough, aren't they? Are my eyes deceiving me? Are you really here, or is this some cruel trick of Moreau's? Long have I prayed someone would come to free us, but I did not think salvation would come in human form. You're basically human form. What you're talking about? Moreau has taken prisoners for his shockingly depraved experiments. You'll find Until agents in the upper lab area, and Moreau has even ensnared Viper recruits in the lower levels. Please, hero, free the captives. Okie dokie. Oh, this is a level 34 mission. I might not be high enough to be able to manage it solo. That's right. No, I can't do anything for him either. Oh well. Oops. I'll give this one more shot. I did pull the entire room there. Or almost the entire room. Bit inadvisable. Maybe I can manage this if I take it a bit more slowly. He says, pulling the entire room again. Why was the jail door explosive? Is it to disincentivize people from escaping? Requires a science skill of 350 to use a Dracia boost. I probably don't want it. I mean, I suppose it might boost my damage, but in universe it's probably not a good idea to just stick random drugs that you find lying around labs into yourself. I think I may have gotten as far as this previously, been unable to continue, or maybe I'd managed to get a bit further. I don't remember. It was a while ago, last time I tried this. Oops. Did a lot of damage. Probably from the Brickbuster debuffing me. Oops. Is he running off for a Dracia boost? Yes he is. Fuck Christ. Look at these guys. Cut that out, will you? Ha! Idiot. Oh, that's pulled everyone. Okay. Good to know. Stop that! Stop it! Stop stun locking me! Fucking Christ. Why don't I get the ability to resist crowd control powers? Stacking over time. That's a bit bullshit, isn't it? suppose I should make better use of bottlenecks. Cut that out. He's going back for another dose. What are these trying to destroy? That was weird. Try and shoot me through the door. That will work well, won't it? Whoops. It's going to be a little bit demoralizing for these guys that they're pouring everything that they have into me and I'm just floating here, ignoring it, taking them all down with indoor lightning bolts. And this might be as far as I've gotten before. Well, let's cheese it with bottlenecking, shall we? Okay, so he's going to go and get charged up a bit. I wonder why they're all just standing around. Oh, nobody cares that he's down. Okay. definitely was blocking that. Supposed to be destroying splices. Yes, I am. Okay. Fair enough. Missed that. There's probably one in this room that I'm supposed to destroy as well. No, I got this one. Alright. Why did I just hit that button? That wasn't helpful at all. Let's put my big self-heal on cooldown. Why does a boost of a drug improve technology damage from power armor? And how does their power armor increase in size along with them because of a drug? You'd think that they would burst out of the power armor, wouldn't you? I think the powers don't quite last long enough sometimes to take dudes down. Just pressing the fucking button. Cool, thanks. Yeah, go as slow as you like. Why does this attract the entire fucking room? Where do these assholes keep coming from? I swear that I've killed like 3 of them in this room already. No, it's okay. I'm gonna stop after the next time I die because this is not fun. Come on, get me, shithead. Another thing is that they don't just stay still, they'll fucking run off to get a boost of Dryshire. Which increases damage, I think. Yeah. Definitely had the button pressed. Where did he just appear from? That was one mission done. Where did you come from? he spring up? No, there was. Did he purify himself through one of the walls or something? Why was he able to get that off even though I'd broken line of sight? No, fuck it. I said after I die next time I'm out, so that's it. I'm out. Can't be bothered with that bullshit. Just trying to defeat Megaterak. Cool. Now the Wi-Fi, well now that the phone has decided to connect to the Wi-Fi, I should be able to see chat again. Well, that was a lot of damage. I can handle Megaterak okay, but I can't handle dudes hanging out with animals high on drugs. This might be a fairly boring fight to watch, but it is a safe fight. If I were closer to the Megaterak, or indeed the ground, it would be able to come and do stomp attacks on me, which I don't want. Odd though it may sound. Is that AoE attack even hitting me? looks like a cone attack that hits out forwards, so I do wonder, is that even going to do anything? No. Not noticeably. There we go. Cool. That was way easier than rhinoplasty. Wayfarer Coast is the site of the original Kular invasion in the early 60s, and an area that these peculiar insectoid and extraterrestrials have recently returned to and repopulated. Intelligence gathered by Bureau 17 and Until suggests the Kular are prepping for another full-scale invasion attempt. They are interstellar geneticists, and their strange science, incomprehensible to Earthlings, is responsible for creating many of the enormous monsters that now roam through Monster Island. The Kulars... No, they're not. Unless Teleos is copying Kular technology, like bio-manipulative technology. The Kular's most recent creation, Quijibo, may be the most terrifying and deadly of their monstrous menagerie. I mean, there's only 3 giant monsters on Monster Island, as far as I'm aware. Isn't there? Quijibo, Megaterak, and Teleosaur. And Teleosaur was created by Teleos. I don't know who built Megaterak, but I don't think it was the Kular. I mean, they were using it just now. They had installed a chip in its brain somehow. Oh, was it? Megaterak was built by the Kular. Okay, fair enough. You did it, hero. I wouldn't be surprised if this sends the Kular packing, and we won't hear from them again for another 25 years. Well, maybe. Let's risk taking this out. Oh, come on. Well, Quijibo might have been initially created by Moreau, but wasn't he, well, in the game's lore, I know that in the book lore, he was just a monster. But in the game lore, he was a defender, wasn't he, first? Before something happened to him and he was transformed into his burning form. Egg. I might try rhinoplasty one more time after I'm max level and I've actually got some reasonable gear. I mean, I know that the heirloom gear that I've got here isn't actually that good in terms of like the stats that it gives, really. and that I can get better gear. You see it happen in the Monster Island Crisis. Kujibo being turned... Kujibo was a normal animal, but Moreau's serum transformed him into a flaming threat. You see it happen in the Monster Island Crisis. Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, I thought that maybe Moreau created him as a giant thing, and then the Kular turned him evil by setting him on fire or something, or the process which they used to turn him evil also set him on fire. But it looks like the game is just confused about who's responsible for what. Excellent heroics, technical issues. Keep up the fine work, and we'll have this Viper operation shut down in no time. Cool. Do I want to try Viper Nest? Maybe? Unfortunately, I haven't done either Monster Island or Lemuria Crisis missions because they require queuing, and basically nobody does them because you don't need to access the areas of the game. You just need to be a slightly higher level. So I haven't been able to show either of those crises on stream. And these guys are tough as well, and I was struggling with level 34 dudes. We probably won't be able to do this. Well, I don't know about braver. There's a difference between being brave and being foolish, and that's in not knowing the full extent of the threat. These guys are going down more easily, though. Oh, maybe it's just because I haven't actually met any villain level. We're just on henchmen. Reach the computer lab and access the Serpentine network before Viper can sever the base's connection. Time limit 10 minutes. You can gain extra time by using the security network codes spread network nodes spread throughout the nest. Once you have the data, return to Major Kwame. Am I? Oh, right, I see. I have to bust the door down. Okay. Well, last time I tried this, I wasn't even able to manage all the people in this room. So hopefully I will be able to manage it this time. The main difference is that I'm not having to deal with any idiots hopped up on Drisha. And the game didn't tell me.
Dr. Demogard wants to see the effect his new Dracia vapor has on you. You will feel tougher, stronger, and nearly invincible for as long as the Dracia vapor is flowing. With this new advance, Viper will be unstoppable.
I was just talking about how I wasn't having to deal with any idiots on Dracia. Fuck. The game doesn't tell you how much more damage people on Dracia do. Viper Rampage Serum. That sounds like a good idea to eat, doesn't it? Or not eat, but... stick in myself. Look at this idiot with his rocket boots getting stuck. Come on. Come and get me. Walk this time, don't try and fly. What are you doing? What is his deal? Yeah, this is going way easier than rhinoplasty. I think rhinoplasty is just cursed. Fucking come on, knobhead. Go. How many dudes are there down there, do you reckon? Never mind. Doesn't matter. I don't know what's going on. I'm definitely taking less damage from dudes who are supposed to be higher level and hopped up on the same damage improving drug. What the... asshole surprised me before. Where were you hiding, knobhead? Wild that this corridor is even more cramped than the earlier ones. I wonder why. Oh, here we are. Couldn't see that door. I was like, where the fuck am I supposed to go now? Aha. Oh, that looks like fun, doesn't it? Oop. Shit. Through the door. If this is supposed to be done by a team of 5 people, these corridors must be a huge pain in the arse. Oops. Come on. Particularly when they get more narrow later in here. Like, this has got to be super annoying. Go. Let's give ourselves more time and also turn off the gas that's boosting these guys. And now we'll take them all down with lightning. Ah, door behind me. Thank you. I'll just make sure that the room is clear. Yep. Tales of Serpent, issue 168, Shoot the Moon. A completely ludicrous sci-fi story featuring the agents of Serpent assaulting an unless base on the moon and saving the beautiful, preposterously endowed Selenite Lunar Queen from a group of evil villains known as the Super Champs. More interesting than the hackneyed story is the letters page in the back of the issue, where every 5th word has been circled to form a sentence which reads, Sleeper agents are to reconnoiter on Monster Island on 3rd Wednesday of the month for assigned updates. Clearly this comic book is being used to deliver coded messages to members of Viper. Ah, okay. That explains why they would put so much effort into making a silly bollocks self-aggrandizing comic book. Like, I felt that it was odd that they'd be using
the
that
strong can
for...
only survive at the expense of the weak.
No, they can't.
Now is the time of the snake and the serpent that dwells within all men.
Sounds different when you
Now
change
is
out
the
Snake
time.
for
What?
Danger Noodle.
An intruder? Take the fool down quickly in the name of the supreme serpent.
Danger Noodle. Can I leave? Probably not. Ah, shit. Stop it. Stop that. Okay, well at least all of them have been taken down. That does make life easier. He went down much easier than other dudes as well, didn't he? Ooh, hello Ripper. Inches from death after an acid explosion during a botched robbery, the once Viper soldier was given a second chance. Dr. Philip Monroe managed to save him by grafting armor plating to his body in place of the lost skin. That doesn't sound like a very good idea. There has to be an easier way of saving someone. Dr. Philip Moreau managed to save him by grafting armor plating to his body in place of the lost skin, installing a special exoskeleton to replace his lost muscles. If you've lost skin and muscles to this extent, what's the point? You're basically not there anymore, are you? You're really just bone left at that point. And subjecting him to extensive drug treatments, increasing his pain resilience. Well, yeah, you'd probably need it, wouldn't you? Over time, he became known as the Ripper, one of Viper's most powerful and uncontrollable superhuman assets. And yet all he's doing at the moment is standing up there pointing at me. Oof, that was a big hit, wasn't it? Yeah, to be fair, that is a big... Oh, god damn it. Big chunk of... And this has actually turned off my flight power. Not just disabled it for a little while. Yeah, just chill down there for a little bit, will you? Oh, god damn it. I suppose that's what you get when you turn your back on your opponent. I'm supposed to be blocking his line of sight or something. No. Oh, come on! That was through the pillar! Go away, no one likes you. Fucking thanks, Viper Banner, that was really helpful of you. What the hell just happened to my ball lightning dudes? Definitely summoned them. Fucking, and he heals up immediately. I can't do this solo. Bye, Ripper. What? Let me leave! Fuck it. Kill me. Alright. Now I'm out. How do you use Socrates to escape? Oh, do fuck off. By clicking on this. Okay, well, I'll try that again. I'll try that next time if I have an issue. Right, I'm high enough level to take these missions now. Oh yeah, here's another ghost. This is the third ghost who I can talk to and reason with. The Elder Worm persists in... priests live only to serve their master slug. As they transform humans into Elder Worms, the prospects for all humanity grow increasingly bleak. Strike down Slug's most loyal servants. Defeat his Elder Worm priests. They are near the lava flow on the top rock tiers. The Elder Worms are merciless. They have captured several Bureau 17 scientists and are keeping them captive until Slug returns to transform them into Elder Worms. If you are truly a hero, you will not allow this horror to transpire. They are shackled up near the lava flow on the top rock tier. Okay. Oops. Wow, that's a lot. The Elder Worms have been transforming people into Elder Worms. That is an awkward sentence. That could have been into more of themselves. Or... yeah, well, more of them. You brave heroes have done a great job stopping many of the transformations, but sadly, for some people it is too late to revert them. They have lost all semblance of humanity. However, if you could defeat those Elder Worms and collect the ID papers stating who they used to be, we could at least provide some much-needed closure to the unfortunate people's next of kin. Yeah, that's pretty horrifying, isn't it? You know how the Elder Worms plan on taking over the world? By turning humans into Elder Worms. Elder Worm helminths are recently transformed humans. If you defeat them and apply a worm gem fragment to them, you might be able to restore their humanity. They are scattered around the different rock tiers next to the lava flow, south of the rock bridge. Those Elder Worms are smarter than they look. They've reprogrammed the Bureau 17 robots to serve them, as if we didn't have enough problems. Those blasted buckets of bolts are located around the lava flow near the lowest rock tiers closer to the water. It's time to turn the tables on the Elder Worms. They are out of they are out to eradicate humanity after all. Toru, Toru, Toru. Have you met Dr. Takashi Toru? He's one of the Bureau 17's most brilliant scientists. I think we probably have done. We've certainly had him mentioned before. He wrote about elder worms in his journals. The books were left behind when the worms attacked. Can you go to the Bureau 17 labs and retrieve the journals? They are scattered around the different rock tiers next to the lava flow. Okie dokie. Yes, I can do that. A whole bunch of missions here. Hi, Vince Blues. Nice to see you. Welcome. I am just playing through, reading all the mission text and trying to absorb the missions that, or the stories that the game is trying to tell. Because I feel that the game is underrated and that it has more to offer than people give it credit for. I tend to, when I'm playing, certainly this game, but also any other MMO really, that I've been playing for a while, I don't tend to pay attention to the quest or mission info. And so slowing down and actually reading it aloud gives me a better understanding of what's going on. Sometimes I notice odd inconsistencies. Yeah, I've seen alerts about the costume contest. I don't particularly want to compete. For one thing, I don't think that it would be terribly interesting streaming to take part in a costume contest. I might be wrong about that, but also it's not just creating the costume, it's waiting around whilst the devs make decisions about who has the edgiest costume. And that, more than anything else, is probably not terribly interesting streaming entertainment for viewers. Also, edgy emo, like edgelord style characters aren't really my thing. I prefer straight hero types, like not heterosexual, I mean like simple, uncomplicated, unambiguous examples of heroic characters. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that this is more interesting. I do try and keep talking so that it's not just dead air as well. It's a little bit difficult splitting my attention between combat and talking. because I mean, for one thing, I wouldn't ever claim to be good at the game. I'm not bad at it, and certainly the build that I'm using helps. I'm also using heirloom gear that is probably about as good as I can get for my level until, you know, max level, when you can start really going ham with acquiring endgame gear. Oh, cool. Thank you. Well, I know that I could certainly do more for the quality of the stream. I haven't really gotten very far. I've only been streaming for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I forget exactly how long. So I haven't got that many followers or very much interest. I mean, I suppose if I were playing a more recent popular game, I'd probably get more followers. This is a fairly niche game, and I know that whilst I'm streaming it, I'm probably not going to grow my audience very much or very quickly. But really, I prefer doing it this way, so that I'm doing something that I actually want to stream, and not just that I think will get me more attention. And as a result of the fact that I've not been doing this for very long, and I know I don't have a huge audience, I haven't really felt able to justify investing in a lot more of the like better quality stuff, like streaming lights and better camera and stuff. Oh, cool. Well, I do try to keep up. I mean, I'm just saying stuff as it comes to me. I'm glad that it's entertaining to at least some people. And I mean, hopefully this will be interesting enough for you guys to want to follow along with whatever I happen to feel like doing next, which will probably be DCUO. Hopefully the people who have come to this stream and watch it will be doing it for me, not for the game. And, or well, partially for the game. I mean, I wouldn't want it to be boring watching. But yeah, my hope is that, hey, saved a dude. My hope is that people watching will... No, I didn't quite get him in time. We'll be doing it because you guys find me entertaining, not because you're having a look at the latest big coolness or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't even know what the latest... Oh, probably Fall Guys or something. But at the same time, if I were to be mercenary about it and choose to stream something that I think is popular and that will get me followers, it would just look like streaming done by other people, and I would still have to rely on personality interest to compete. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that my voice is relaxing. I not really ever thought about it, but it's good to hear. Oh wow, I've pulled a number of dudes here. My hope was when I started that this would be a chill experience, that people could relax. Well, not relax. I mean, I'm not like doing ASMR, deliberately like hypnotic voice acting stuff, but it's good to hear that this is a pleasant experience. And yeah, I'd found like 1 or 2 people streaming Champions Online. How would you even do ASMR Champions Online? Like, I probably want to get closer to the mic and do a really like sort of low, sensual voice and talk about the mind worm that's letting out its purple gas. Stop that. Oh right, I hit. Okay. Yeah, I've penetrated the other side of the building. I guess we know what the sex life between Defender and Witchcraft is going to look like, isn't it? Witchcraft has to dress up like a building so she can talk. So he can talk about penetrating the building. Did I rescue him and then he die immediately? I'm not familiar with Vatividya. So yeah, drifting from point to point, I had found a couple of other people streaming the game when I've looked now and then, but they had either not had a camera and not been talking, or there's one guy who, like, it's entirely possible that he might find this, so it's a bit awkward, but he looked really intense. He was shaved bald, and he was playing, well, the one that I watched, he was playing with another person who was in the room with him, and because of the mics that they were using, I think he was on mic with her on a voice channel while she was in the same room, so that when she spoke, I heard her twice, which was quite uncomfortable, and he was just doing alerts, and he wasn't like focusing on. He was just like talking about the gameplay, which, I mean, is fine if you already know about the game and how it works, but you're not guaranteed to get people who know about the game coming and looking. I mean, oh damn, missed it. the thing with the helmets is that they've got enough health that I can't take them down one by one easily, especially because they do a lot of damage. So I can't really focus on one. Well, and also, like, the power set I'm using is, as we've talked about before, very splashy and, like, it's difficult to be... Ooh, maybe I can... No. Damn. No. I can only manage one at a time. So it's difficult to manage to take people down one by one with electricity. Like, maybe I'd be able to manage if I was sorcery or something. So I can't... I mean, I have been trying to... Ooh, maybe I can manage this time. Hey! Rescuing both of them. Oh, well. Sort of. He just pitched over. Well, that was all of them. What else am I supposed to be doing? So, yeah, this other guy, I can't even remember his name, which is unfortunate, but he was just talking about, like, the process of doing the alerts and so on, and the stuff he was doing, which is fine if you are already familiar with the game. I guess. I mean, it's stuff that if you're already familiar with the game, you already know, so you don't really need someone telling you about it. But then I don't know how many people might just, who aren't familiar with the game, might wander into this stream anyway, because it's probably fairly niche as it is. Like, I'm expecting that most of the people who don't already know what Champions Online is, who are coming to watch my stream, are people who know me IRL and who have followed the link to this stream from my social media. Yeah, it makes sense that the people playing the game now would be doing it for RPG reasons rather than for gameplay reasons, because for all that the game was fairly good when it was made, that was like 11 years ago, and there are other games that do the same, like, gameplay thing but better. I mean, the gameplay is very, very similar, like the way that you use powers and have cooldowns and stuff, and combat is very similar to World of Warcraft, really. I mean, and World of Warcraft have been doing it for longer, and they've been constantly updating, and I would say now that their product is better if that's the kind of gameplay that you're into. So the reason you would stick with Champions Online is because you like the story and the characters and the lore and the feel of the game. And so that kind of person who is sticking around for that reason is more likely to be in it for doing the RP and for the atmosphere. In the late 1980s, the Japanese Agency for Paranormal and Supernatural Affairs, that should have an S on the end, Bureau 17, established an observation outpost here, named Echinocus Shores, because of the discovery of some highly unusual specimens of indigenous worm. The neighborhood recently became the home of a different sort of worm, the Elder Worms, an ancient evil race of anelioids devoted to the annihilation of mankind. Bureau 17 scientists believe the Elder Worms are searching for the lost Elder Worm artifact that's been lost and buried for untold millennia. You don't need to tell me that it's lost and that it has been lost. Like, just say it once. Just say it's the Elder Worms are searching for an Elder Worm artifact that's been lost and buried, or say that the Elder Worms are searching for a lost Elder Worm artifact that has been buried for untold millennia, or that has been missing. Just don't repeat lost twice in the same sentence. It's bad grammar. From back when the planet was still young and primal and the Elder Worms ruled the Earth. Am I just supposed to be destroying the robots? Is that it? I'd have thought that I'd be reprogramming them or something. I realise, I mean, I'm not really into RP that much. I appreciate and I enjoy that it happens in games, and when there's a choice of playing on an RP server or a non-RP server, I usually go for RP because people who play RP are generally more chill and less intense about doing the activities that the game presents to you. So I prefer RP servers. I really don't like PvP because I find it extremely stressful, particularly open world PvP. And I did play for like 50 levels of PvP, open world PvP on WoW, and that was not fun. It's not that I find PvP, oh no, not PvP, RP cringe or anything. I mean, well, certainly some of it is, because by nature of the fact that this is by nature of human nature, some RP is going to be cringy to some of the people that read it, regardless of its content, just because of human preference. But yeah, some quantity of the people playing this will be, you know, young teenagers who suffer from Chunibuyu disease and are edgelords. What's this mission? Collect gem fragments. It's not that I think I find all RP to be cringy. I don't. I enjoy some of it. I think it's cool that people are engaging in it. I feel self-conscious when I try, so I don't enjoy it myself. Oop, hello. Spring from the ground. But it's not that I have anything against RP in general. I mean, I like RPG, tabletop RPGs. I would never claim to be terribly good at role-playing in those, but in-person roleplay is different and I find easier than through the screen like this on a game, because you have other people to play off of and collaborate with, and it's easier for me it's easier when you have another person there that you can talk to and see the reactions of. I have to assume that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Worm gem fragments. Because I haven't been getting gem fragments from anywhere else. We're nearly at 11. Well, we are at 11 o'clock, and that is basically stopping time. I think I started a bit late, so I'll finish a bit late this time. But 8 to 11, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is my self-defined stream times. Oh, I was doing it correctly. Getting the fragments of gemstone from the muck. Or from, well, the earth, the soil. Bit rude. Springing up from nowhere. I've done enough of those, okay. Yeah, it certainly seems like people who RP create very, very strong lasting relationships and friendships through it, which is cool. Hooray! Hopefully he'll survive this time, unlike some of the others. Alright, we're after robots here now, aren't we? Are those the only non-floaty orb robots in this area? No, okay. I was going to say that would be a bit weird. How many do I need to do? Oh, lots of different types. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Definitely done force drones. I've done a few battle droids and protector droids. Wait, onslaught battle droids? Isn't that the name of Dr. Destroyer's, or some of Destroyer's robot types? Why are Dr. Destroyer robots here? I mean, they don't appear to be. Oh, so Nuxir Roxen is one of a couple, a redhead merc with a tail and a bluish dog girl. That's them. Cool. Okay. I don't know that I'll remember if I ever see them or see you guys. To be honest, I don't see other players all that often anyway. It's really only when you're in Ren Center in Millennium City that you see a high density of other players. And in those cases it is a little bit high level dudes. It is a little bit difficult sometimes to actually see the details, because people move around quickly with travel powers, and some travel powers or aura choices obscure detail, or if character models are very, very small, it can be difficult. I still need 5 more protector droids and 2 more behemoth battle droids, and the area in which they spawn is quite small, and not very much of it is actually a flat surface that mobs can spawn on in the first place. So this is kind of a crummy mission. In my opinion. Come on. There we go. I wonder how much lava hurts. Oh, you can't even sink down into it. That's a little bit disappointing. I mean, it wasn't a good idea to try and sink into the... Oh, there we go. That hurts. That's quite a lot of damage. It's not a good idea to try and jump in the lava, but the fact that you can't, well, here, is a little disappointing. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm going to try and finish this mission, reprogrammed for Mayhem, before I stop streaming. Although, if it takes much more than, I don't know, another 5 minutes, I think I am going to leave it no matter what, because trying to find the correct robots in the small areas in which they spawn is kind of a pain. Okay, that's another one. I just need one more of those big chunky dudes. No. This is a still pool. Can I sink down into it? No, but it will still set me on fire. Okay, good to know. wonder what they're up to. Aha! Here we are. Last one. And then that's it for the day. And this week. I'll be back again on Monday, though. Hold on. I definitely took out that dude. And that was definitely the 2 health bar chonky dude. That... was that a battle droid instead of an onslaught instead of a behemoth? Where's the other one? Ah, here we are. Oh, that was you, was it? On the jet bike, dipping your nose. Oh, here we are. Redhead with a tail. Hello. Cool outfit. Nope, that's an onslaught, not a behemoth. That's not helpful. Nope. I like that you'd created a sort of protective shield, sort of buckler, with one of the Gadroon bracer appearances. Makes sense that... Hey, a behemoth! Great. Makes sense that someone using a sword would want a buckler or, you know, protective bracer device on their arm. It does mystify me that there aren't shields in the game, like shields that you can use for defense. Like, you can... There are a couple of bracer options that look like shields, and there's like a hand or bracer or glove option for Argent robots that looks like a big, like, protective shield. Some of the Argent robots have them. But it is weird to me that there aren't shield protective powers. I mean, yes, this is kind of a shield. Some of the other block powers look more like shields because they have... You raise one arm and you have a big, like, disc emanating from it, but for the first time in many, many years, technical issues, you've given me hope. Perhaps you will be the one to defeat Slug and finally release me from this eternal living death. Hopefully. That's pretty grim. You saved those Bureau 17 captives from a fate of indescribable horror. I only wish you were on hand those many years ago when I dug up the worm gem which released Slug. Yeah, that'd really change things, wouldn't it? If someone time travelled and just, like, smashed Slug's gem. Oh, it's supposed to be an Omni tool. Okay. Sorry. I misinterpreted. You can kind of get Knight. I mean, it's single blade. That's it, really, isn't it? And you have to build... To do damage with single blade, you have to build around doing bleed applications, and it doesn't match up quite with knightly behavior. And it is also odd that you can use, like, Morningstar maces as your weapons for blade powers. I mean, yes, you will bleed if you get hit by a big, like, morning star with spikes on, but not in the same way as you would if you got cut. Anyway. Yeah, I saw you using a sword. It makes sense that you'd be bleed-based. It wouldn't really work to be anything else, unless you were a tank. Well, that takes care of one headache, but we have a long way to go before we solve this Elder Worm problem. What a relief. If I lost Dr. Toro's research, I'm not sure how I'd ever be able to face him. And excellent work. You'll find these worm gem fragments are plenty useful around here. You do use them to open a portal I discovered a little while ago. To access a temple full of elder worms, but I haven't actually got a mission to do that yet, so I'll leave it. It is odd to me that checking player info doesn't give you, like, the build and powers that the player is using. I mean, that's usually what you look for. Age not applicable. Okay. Considered to be the worst living pilot in the universe by some of his friends, this roguish redhead would rather consider himself the best crash land survivor ever. Either beloved or belittled by his gods, he constantly finds himself in and out of trouble, just to go around spinning the tale of his interstellar heroics afterwards. He currently resides in an abandoned space station on a moon orbiting the planet Dave 5288. Marital status: dating Raven Blackfeather Lan. That'll probably be the... is Raven Blackfeather Lan the blue dog girl? Out of character notes. Cool. I don't want to be picky about it, but a dog person named Raven Blackfeather is a little odd. Anyway, that's it for the stream. I've gone a little over time. I will be back again on Monday, continuing to do missions in this area, probably picking up this one and continuing. I'm not quite sure how much more of Monster Island there is, at least that I can do solo. I tried to do Viper Nest earlier and got as far as Ripper, and I tried to do Rhinoplasty and Rhinoplasty, oddly even more difficult than Viper Nest. It will be at the same time as today, yes. 8 PM to 11 PM GMT. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm always appreciative when people turn up and chat in the Twitch chat, but if you aren't free, no worries. You've got stuff going on. And if you don't feel like chatting, well, that's fair enough. I don't usually either when I'm watching a stream. I prefer to just leave things to other people. But yes, back at it again at the Krispy Kreme. Next time will be Monday. Thank you everyone who has watched. I appreciate that you've chosen me to watch, and I hope to see you again.